it comes to highly skilled banking professionals, 39% of the total number of employees are professionally certified. In 2015, an idea generation center for the employees called The Nest was established with the tagline, "Imagine without fear."
We consider our employees as our greatest and biggest asset. We inspire our employees to excel and optimize their true potential.
70% of our loans to SME entrepreneurs are collateral free. In the past 3 years, we have financed over 60 billion taka in the SME sector. To reach farmers, in the past 3 years, we used NGO linkages to disburse 16 billion taka in the agricultural sector.
We believe long-term success depends on the progress of the community and the people we serve. Over the years, we have been engaged in responsible investment with the aim of touching lives of millions.
Innovation is EBL's forte. EBL is the first bank to launch online banking services in 2003. In 2019, we were the first bank to launch the biometric payment system in Bangladesh. We were the first local lender to establish EBL Japan Business Desk in 2021. We achieved major national and global awards, including the Banker Awards, IFC Award, Asia Money Award, Euro Money Award, ICMAB Award, ICAP Award, SME Foundation Award, ADB Award, Finance Asia Award, International Finance Magazine Award, Sustainability Rating Award, and ICSP National Award for Corporate Governance Excellence. Global banks like JP Morgan and Bank of America have chosen EBL as their partner bank in Bangladesh for our world-class governance practices. In 2022, a record-breaking transaction of over 120 billion was made using Starry Banking app and ATM fees. EBL became the first bank in Bangladesh to introduce a contactless payment method in 2020. EBL Connect is a homegrown online platform offering convenience to customers through electronic fund transfers for payments of various government fees, VAT and duties, and more. We achieved the best e-commerce acquiring bank of 2019-2020 by both Visa and MasterCard, and we now hold 81% of the market share of online payment.
We are customer-centric and future-ready, transforming ourselves to the next generation banking for our customers.
When EBL began its journey in performance is our commitment to corporate governance, our passion for innovation, and our dedication to service excellence. Today, EBL is a symbol of stability and offers smart banking solutions for a smart Bangladesh.
As you all know by now, that we are going to launch the governance from our president EBL program is a country. So I request Mr. Asana Chaudhary, Head of Digital Financial Services of EBL, to talk about and give a closure about the EBL IBCCI co-brand Visa credit cards. Mr. Asana Chaudhary, please.
Honorable Chief Guest, Mohammad Shahriar Al-Mufti, Minister of Foreign Affairs, President of Bangladesh, Special Guest, His Excellencies Pranay Verma, Indian High Commissioner of Bangladesh, Mr. Lokman Hussain Mia, Executive Chairman, Bangladesh Investment Development Authority, Mr. Abdul Mahbub Ahmed, President, India Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Honorable MD and CEO, Mr. Abdul Izzat Sarkar of EBL, representative from Visa, distinguished guests, and my fellow colleagues from EBL, a very good evening to all. I, Asamullah Chaudhary, Head of Digital Financial Services, would like to thank you all for joining us at the launching ceremony of EBL India Business Desk. We are also very much humbled and honored to get the opportunity to launch co-brand credit card with IBCCI. This co-brand card will be Visa branded, which will allow the customers to use the Visa network for seamless transactions worldwide. I firmly believe this co-brand card will live up to the cardholders' every expectation. The co-brand card will be featured in platinum category. Some of the key features and benefits of this co-brand card product includes: first year issuance-free waive, zero renewal fee if a minimum of 18 transactions are performed in a year, 2,000 bonus Sky coins upon card activation, unlimited complimentary access to EBL Sky Lounge, complimentary meet and greet service at Dhaka Airport, access to global lounges using priority pass, which will be issued upon request, buy one get one offers at renowned restaurant and hotels from time to time, discounts at hundreds of lifestyle shopping and dining merchants at home and abroad, EPL reward points, Sky points to be earned on retail purchases. We believe that this co-brand card program will pave the way for new scopes in financial autonomy. We also believe that this collaboration between EPL and IBCCI will benefit both the parties, and we are looking forward to our relationship in the coming days. For the successful launch of this program, I express my heartfelt gratitude to IBCCI and Visa for partnering with EPL. I also thank the members from IBCCI and EPL who have worked on this project and made it a success. This co-brand card can be integrated with EPL's state-of-the-art banking app called Sky Banking to make daily lifestyle transaction very easy and convenient. To address any queries regarding this program, we have dedicated two relationship managers, Mr. Sanimul Hokmulla, Head of Corporate Sales and Alliance, and Mr. Asif India, Manager of Corporate Sales and Alliance. Additionally, for any queries, please dial 16230 to reach EPL's 24/7 contact center. Thank you all for bringing questions on this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary, for your informative presentation. I'd also like to mention that IBCCI President today, Mr. Muthu, has mentioned that why not we can collect some of the phone numbers and addresses so that if they wish, they can apply for IBCCI card to us today. So we can start our journey for the co-brand card today. Thank you so much for the idea, and we are definitely initiating it, and we will be collecting some forms. Forms, and we need your phone number, address, and details so that our card department colleagues will contact you later on. Going with the flow of the program, I would like to invite on stage Mr. Ali Rizal Fakhar, Honorable Managing Director and CEO, Vista Bank Limited, to deliver his welcome speech for this afternoon. Mr. Ali Rizal Fakhar, please.
Honorable State Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Shari, and Honorable MP, Executive Chairman of the India, Southern Funds India, His Excellency Mr. Pranay Verma, High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, President of India Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Abdul Ahmed, dignitaries, distinguished guests, friends from media, my fellow colleagues, very good afternoon and welcome to our EPL Head Office launch of EPL India Business Desk. A precious presence has made this inauguration of EPL India Business Desk special and memorable. Bangladesh is one of India's largest trading partners in South Asia, and India is Bangladesh's largest trading partner globally. In recent years, India-Bangladesh Trade and Development Partnership has evolved into a comprehensive and strategic relationship This trade partnership now enters a new era as India and Bangladesh settle the bilateral trade transaction in Indian rupee. We have witnessed today morning the launch of Taka rupee transaction between these two countries. I personally and on behalf of Eastern Bank, thank especially to the High Commissioner of India, Bangladesh, and Central Bank for its successful inauguration. Bilateral trade between India and Bangladesh has witnessed remarkable growth in recent years. In the fiscal year 21-22, Bangladesh's export to India is almost about $2 billion, while Bangladesh's import from India is more than $14 billion. Aim to the dollar challenges, trade settlement in Indian rupee between India and Bangladesh will reduce pressure on dollar and save exchange cost. To facilitate the trade settlement in Indian rupee between India and Bangladesh, Bangladeshi banks have opened offshore account in rupee in State Bank of India and ICICI Bank in India. The exchange rate mechanism will be decided on cross-currency basis by individual banks. Overall, the use of Indian rupee in India and Bangladesh trade provides a convenient and cost-effective mechanism for conducting cross-border transactions, contributing to the strengthening of economic ties between these two countries. EBL is committed to contribute meaningfully to the economic growth of Bangladesh and would like to be a strong agent in country's transaction to $1 trillion economy by 2030. To cater a banking need of Bangladesh's major trade and development partners, we already have opened Japan and China businesses in the Eastern Bank. This morning, Bangladesh Bank and High Commission of India formally announced trade settlement
Sir,
of
video
Indian
live
rupee
হচ্ছে
between
লাইভ
India and
হচ্ছে
Bangladesh. Lastly, I strongly believe that we are at the cusp of robust Bangladesh-India trade and business growth with the introduction of rupee in bilateral trade agreement. We are also announcing launching of co-brand card between Eastern Bank and India Chamber of Commerce Industries, which will be formally announced by our Mr. Mokhtar Ahmed, the President of India Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce. I thank you again for your kind attendance. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your informative speech. Now I would like to welcome our special guest of the evening, Mr. Abdul Latif Ahmed, President IBCCI, to say a few words, please. Mr. Latif Ahmed.
We have amongst us a chief guest, dynamic and very busy Mr. Gopal Affairs. I must thank you and compliment you for coming today. Today is one of those wonderful days when India and Bangladesh is coming in closer. I must thank Ramaji, Honorable High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, for coming here and trying to encourage both the IBCCI and the banks to see how best we can interact with the Indian companies and Bangladeshi companies. How to reduce the cost of doing business. How to make the ease of doing business happen in India. Sir, thank you very much for your presence here. We have amongst us SBI Country Manager. Thank you, sir, for coming here. And members of ABCCI, directors, vice presidents, and IBCCI members and directors, and overall, we have the managing director of India amongst us, who is the moving force for all our activities that we are now trying to do additional activities with India. First of all, I must thank EPM for the India visit. Why it is important now? People want to improve from India. So look at our current crisis. Whenever we have crisis of chilies or onions or whatever, we look towards India for something. Now we have an easy mechanism of having Indian BFC. Then the small traders who look for dollars and cannot get it can now open LCs very fast. The other advantage of IRS and PDT, which has been launched by expenses in the morning, is when we import in dollars, we have to convert Taka to dollar, have to spend 3 to 4%. And then our counterparts in India have to change dollars to IRS. Again, they spend some amount of exchange money. Over and above, dollar has become very volatile. Look at the past 1 year. In Bangladesh itself, the dollar price has appreciated from 10 to 30%. But if you look at India and Bangladesh, the fluctuation is much less. In fact, there is hardly any fluctuation. So today's concept of using Indian rupees and PDT in future, we stand to gain in our cost of doing business, which will ultimately flow on to the customers. Because when our cost of imports from India is lower, we can offer the same goods to the people of Bangladesh at a lower cost. And therefore, there will be a larger smile in the faces of the Bangladeshi users of these products. Today, I must thank India for the joint card, co-branded card with BPL and CCI. You may have seen that it is now Visa. But why have we done the Visa today itself? Why did we want this collaboration between EPM and ICCI? Because this is going to move on to the dual currency card that we are going to form very soon. The customers or the clients who will be taking this card will be automatically transferred and awarded a dual currency card which is coming in future. We have heard today in the morning that by September the laws will be done, by December the card will be in operation, which will mean we can spend in India and pay in Taka without carrying dollars with us. That's a fantastic development for people who are tourists, who are going there for treatments or even for business affairs. Friends, I am very happy today that for the first card we already got the first application. Rana Group Chairman has already applied. I am going to send these forms to all of you. Whether you are a member of IBCC or not, we are going to also refer that these cards are given to you at the prompt time. Inshallah, we have seen the facilities that have been given and offered by EPM, which is much more than normal facilities. So we hope that most of us will try to use the co-branded stuff. Lastly, I would like to propose to Donald, Mr. Sabir, that we are now advocating after this BDT-IRS trade facilitation. We are now requesting India to think about a $2 billion per year energy credit, meaning that Bangladeshis will import gas, oil, and electricity from India and pay after 4 years. And that bill has to be in INR. That's we are going to propose from today onwards, and we hope that both the government will consider. Because we have a lot of dollars in the LOC line of credit, which was around $8 billion, 8.5, but I don't think they have replaced much. So we are going to discuss with Exim Bank of India and other bodies how to transfer that to G2G energy credit to Bangladesh for a period of 4 years, $2 billion per year. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure to have come to the EPL meeting. I hope that this will be the start of a new era between Bangladesh and India business people. Thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum. Sekian saya pakai saran ini.
Thank you very much, sir, for your inspiring speech. May I now welcome our special guest for the evening, Mr. Lopan Asamia, Chairman, Deputy Chairman, VIDA, to share his thoughts. Mr. Lopan Asamia, please. A round of applause, please.
India is our father to be under the leadership of our Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Our economic leadership has become very strong and vital. India is our second biggest trade partner. Bangladesh is India's biggest trade partner in South Asia. India is also one of the sources of Bangladesh and India are working to enhance trade cooperation in South Asia Free Trade Area. As the Bangladesh-India bilateral trade agreement has contributed to multiple trade.
Union for extending this invitation for participating in the launch of the India Business Desk. The fact that EBL is going to open a special desk for business with India shows that we have really reached a point where the number of transactions, the extent of interest that we are witnessing in doing business with India and Bangladesh has reached a point of inflection. Today is a significant day in India and Bangladesh relations. Just this morning, we were together with the Bangladesh launching the new mechanism for bilateral trade settlement. This will be the first thing when I met him after my arrival. And I'm glad that within 8 months or so since then we have been able to put this in place. Things move in the right direction. And I'm really happy that we are doing so much to, from both sides, push our business and economic engagement. In fact, if you look at the transformation that has taken place in India-Bangladesh relations over the last decade or so, under the visionary leadership of our Prime Ministers, one thing which stands out is the depth and intensity of our economic engagement and the robustness of our connectivity links that we are putting in place. It's still a work in progress, but the trajectory is definitely upwards, and there is a distinct positive intent and commitment on both sides to push this forward. If you look at our trade relations itself, and we heard some statistics which were mentioned, today Bangladesh is India's largest trade partner in South Asia, fifth globally. Over the last 5 years, our trade volume has established. Bangladesh has consistently been exporting over $1 billion to India over the last 3 or 4 years. This year, last fiscal year, it actually crossed $2 billion. And today, we are happy to note that India is Bangladesh's largest export market in Asia. So these are tangible gains in our bilateral economic engagement. And now, as Bangladesh is going to make an important economic graduation in 2026 to become a developing country, I think we are now actually looking at new opportunities and new ways of capturing those opportunities moving forward. One of the things that we are going to do is, and it is on that newspaper, the Frank Page report, negotiations for a comprehensive economic partnership agreement, which we are going to start negotiating shortly. The idea of a CEPA is essentially to create a new framework to leverage each other's advantage and build a new era of economic partnership where both India and Bangladesh bring greater economic capabilities to the table. So CEPA, I think, is going to be a significant marker in our rapidly evolving economic relations. And this is something which will actually be looking at a different way of doing trade, moving beyond normal trade to actually looking at establishing supply chain, value chain linkages. So I think this is really going to be an important step that we are going to take. And the second important and innovative step that we have taken is, of course, the launch of the bilateral trade settlement in India between this government. I think it is very significant. The import of which will probably be fully comprehended by those who do business and those who actually are going to benefit from it. It brings speed, it brings efficiency, it brings convenience in our bilateral trade transactions. It gives a wider range of options for our businesses on both sides. It reduces the cost of transaction, reduces the time of transaction. And I think this also incentivizes in a way greater Bangladeshi exports to India. And I believe that more exports from Bangladesh, more space we have for settlement of our bilateral trade in our local currencies. So what we are doing is essentially to bring greater ease of doing business and reducing the cost of doing business. And I think the step that EBL is taking by launching an India desk is also an important step in the same direction. So the launch of the mechanism that we did today, this morning, brings the convenience of dealing in our own currencies at a time when there is stress in foreign exchange reserves. And I believe that this will be a game changer in our trade and economic engagement. The success of this mechanism will lie in spreading the word, in making it known to businesses and encouraging them to use this, because I think it will have a psychological impact. Governor Bangladesh this morning in his remarks mentioned this point, that this is just, the idea is to actually create a new enthusiasm, and there will be a psychological impact, positive impact in the minds of traders when they find the conveniences and the ease of doing business that comes with this trading in local currency. So we are very happy that on a single day we have been able to achieve some remarkably important tangible steps to make doing business easier between our countries. We are doing a lot, I can tell you, to promote physical infrastructure and the software infrastructure that goes into promoting trade between our two countries, not just the land custom stations and the integrated checkposts that we are building, but also in clearing congestion at the land borders, pushing for multimodal connectivity so that our traders have a wider set of options to use in trading commodities between our two countries. And I think this is beginning to show results. There are some issues on which I'm aware there is specific demand from our trading communities on both sides, such as harmonization of standards. I can tell you that these are really the nuts and bolts issues that we are fully engaged on, that we are trying to resolve. Because we know that from the macro level down, when you go down to specifics, there are things to be resolved to make things easier, and our effort is actually to do that. So I'm really happy that we are moving forward, and as Bangladesh and India both become economically more capable, Bangladesh is now going to be a middle-income country by 2021, a developed country by 2041, guided by the vision for the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Smart Bangladesh. In India, we are moving towards making India a developed economy by 2047. Here we become 100 as an independent country. I think we are going to not only become economically more capable, bringing great aspirations in our engagement, but also I think we will open new opportunities of cooperation with each other. So thank you very much once again for giving me this opportunity. I will thank EPL for inviting me for this very, very innovative step you have taken, and I really hope that this guest will be a catalyst in seeing some real tangible difference and growth in our bilateral trade and economic engagement. So all strength to your efforts and to everybody who is invested in this partnership. Thank you very much, Russell.
Thank you very much, His Excellency. And as we are launching India Business today, just to mention that we have created an email for everyone, which is displayed in our website, India desk at ebl-bg.com. So going forward, you will be able to see the email in our email website. So anyone wish to write to us expressing their opening accounts or any advice on investment with EPL, you're welcome to write to us. Now, I would like to request our chief guest for the afternoon, His Excellency Mr. Shahriar Alam, AP State Minister, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Please around the applause.
Thank you. His Excellency Mr. Pranay Kumar Verma, Commissioner of India, Mr. Rohan Masatiano, Executive Chairman of Bangladesh Investment Development Authority, India, Mr. Abdul Mohammed, India Bangladesh Chamber of Commerce and Industry, starting the figure, I and Director and CEO of EBL, and it's very refreshing to see numbers of friends and business leaders, and it's very refreshing for me to come and meet and get to say hello after quite a few months. In fact, I can see Rama Group and Chairman Shahrukh Khan and many other businesses and high officials of EBL. Assalamu alaikum and very good afternoon to all of you. I'm absolutely delighted to be here today at this auspicious occasion of inauguration of the EPL India Business Desk set up at the Eastern Bank Limited headquarters. A big call for first banking service for very specific customers. I'm indeed very happy here today, as High Commissioner and many of you went on to mention that Bangladesh and India, we have launched Bangladesh-India Trade Settlement in Indian Rupee that has been announced through another ceremony earlier by the Central Governor, and that will allow Bangladeshi exporters to receive export proceeds in the Indian Rupee, and the equivalent amount will be used for import bill settlement. And I believe through this, Bangladesh and India will have, we have jointly entered into an era, another new era, which will help both of our economies and promote bilateral trade. And no doubt it's a milestone and yet another success story between two very good neighbors, two trusted neighbors, Bangladesh and India. As we all know, Bangladesh and India are the closest. We share our largest, by far the largest border with India. We are grateful to the Indian leadership, at least since 1971, and the people of India, and all the subsequent governments, where we have achieved more than, I would say, what it was laid out to achieve. It wasn't easy, especially in the last little over 10 years or so. Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has made remarkable achievements. It wasn't easy. There are challenges in both the countries, especially in the political front. But I think it outweighs by the aspiration of the business community that has led the growth. Probably all of you are aware by now that we have surpassed the United States of America quite a few years ago. In my calculation, at least 5 years ago, the number of visitors from a specific country that visits India has crossed 1.5 million to 5 or 6 years ago. And I was checking the latest number with Commissioner Verma that this year is expected to be about 1.6 to 1.7 million. Now, that's a huge task. I mean, there are administrative challenges which the Commission of India and their several offices and MEA is facing and working really hard day in, day out. On bilateral note, once again, especially being in this position for the 10th year in a row, I have recently visited Agartala, and I must say with some hesitation that this was my first visit. The reason I hesitate to say this is my first visit because I should have visited a lot earlier. We know the historical bondage, other of the nation Bangabandhu went and stayed there in several locations. We are aware of the famous Agartala Mamla, especially during our war of liberation, the sacrifices in the neighboring states of India. It's not only Tripura, West Bengal, or